Capital of Portugal, Lisbon is experiencing a surge of tourism thanks to reasonable prices and cruise passengers. We began our exploration of Lisbon with a walk down Avenida da Liberdade. Sidewalks and pedestrian ways throughout the city are paved with a variety of strictly controlled patterns. The metro quickly brought us down to the riverfront. This area, once the site of the royal palace, destroyed in 1755 by an earthquake, now is circled with government ministries and serves as a transportation hub for ferries, trains, buses, and trams besides the metro. The standing figures at the top are Vasco da Gama on the left and the Marquis de Pombal, to whom the king gave control after the earthquake and who rebuilt central Lisbon. Thanks to the earthquake, there are few churches in this part of the city, and some of those are almost hidden, having been incorporated into the new buildings erected by Pombal. Many buildings are covered with tiles, both as decoration and as protection from storm-driven seawater. Time for a coffee break. So many kinds of pastries to try, over 40. The basis for many traditional Portuguese dishes. We tried some and found them delicious. This sweet liquor, made from the gengen berry, is found all over Portugal, but is an especial favorite in Lisbon. A bottle came home with us. This is a tribute to Lisbon street pavers. While the Baixa is level, the surrounding areas are on steep hills. So our walk around the appropriately named Bairro Alto, or High Town, started the easy way with a ride up the Gloria elevator, which actually is a funicular. The park next to the funicular stop has great views across the Baixa to the Alfama district and the castle crowning its hillsides. The newspaper delivery boy fronts the bust of the journalist who founded Lisbon's first daily paper. The streets are filled with a lively mix of local businesses and residences. As in most European cities, Lisbon has small squares every few blocks with restaurants, stores, and, of course, coffee shops. More views of the river and the city below while we waited to ride back down an actual elevator. Built in 1902 by a student of Gustav Eiffel, the 150-foot tall outdoor elevator is made of iron. More hill climbing as we headed up into the Alfama district across town from the Bairro. This store features rather unusual ceramics. A prehistoric Celtic tradition, carretos now are part of Carnival in some regions of Portugal. Our planned visit to the castle was not to be, thanks to a work stoppage. So we just strolled through the streets, enjoying a neighborhood not too much changed since the Middle Ages. A not unusual day, some 4,000 cruise passengers in port. Several local residents have been honored with these plaques. More pastries. We finished our walk back down at the riverside. We had seen trams several times during our walks, but had not taken one. Correcting that oversight was in order. It was a fun way to see the city from a different perspective. With perfect weather, we enjoyed a fabulous digital sound and light show one evening. Through projected images, music, narration, and dance, this production, held in the ruins of a monastery, tells the story of Lisbon's history. We made 2 excursions outside the city center. First, to the suburb of Belem. We took another tram, but not one of the historic ones, rather a modern, air-conditioned one. Up first was the Belem Tower, built to protect the harbor. The long line to go inside was practically static, so we didn't bother. Thirsty? You'll have to work for your drink and then pay for it as well. This impressive monument honors Prince Henry the Navigator, along with his crew and fellow explorers. Belem's major attraction is just across the road from the monument. The church and monastery were erected by King Manuel in gratitude to Portuguese explorers and their discoveries. The highlight of this magnificent building is the cloister. Occasionally, concerts are held here. The attached church also is an impressive structure. This, the site of Expo 98, has been transformed into a shopping mall and riverside park. The 155 countries that participated in the expo have their flags on display. Adjacent is this pre-World War II parking lot for seaplanes. In the background is the Vasco da Gama Bridge, at almost 11 miles, Europe's longest. The cable car ride gives a better view of the modern architecture of the building. The domed structure is a performance venue. One of the expo's attractions is still operating, the Lisbon Oceanarium. We spent quite a bit of time here, one of the most impressive aquariums we've visited.